On the night of 18th February 2019, Istana Budaya was filled with thunderous applause from fans across the nation, waiting to witness the second staging of Bola, the musical. The stage, captivating. The ovations, standing. The theatre, united. In a multicultural country like Malaysia, unity isn't always easy to achieve. But Bola, the musical, managed to bring people together in ways that goes beyond entertainment. So, what was so special about this story of Harimau Malaya that brought a nation together? And how does this tie back to a somber part of Malaysian history? KUPAS is a series where we take a deep dive into the Malaysian performing arts scene as part of the BOH Cameronian Arts Awards legacy. At the heart of Bola, the musical, lies a shared moment in Malaysian history, the 1980s national football team's quest for glory. After climbing the ranks to qualify for the 1980s Moscow Summer Olympics, Malaysia and South Korea were neck and neck to determine the group winner.
Masih lagi Hasan, cocok Hasan nyungjung mengejar kepada James, peluang untuk James, gol!
Their victorious win of 2-1 over South Korea cemented another historic moment in Stadium Merdeka. This story was eventually adapted into the 2016 Bola film. The film gained huge success at the box office because it was more than just a sports film. It became a cultural phenomenon. And this attracted the attention of a certain powerhouse in Malaysian theatre, who took the story from screen to the stage.
In the first place, I think authenticity was at the core of my approach to Bola. I wanted it to feel authentic, I wanted it to feel real, and I wanted audiences to be able to relate to it.
This is Puan Sri Tiara Jacquelina, the director of Bola, the musical.
It's a story of multicultural Malaysia and told by this football team.
The musical was praised for its diverse cast and representation of different cultures within Malaysia, showcasing the internal and external struggles of a multicultural society trying to work together. But despite all of that, why was diversity actually important for this story?
Well, the diversity of the characters lies at the heart of Bola, the musical, and that's what shaped its broader themes and narrative.
The theme of unity through struggle was depicted through its multicultural cast. This wasn't colorblind casting. It was conscious, inclusive, and mirrored the very message the story tried to tell. On stage and behind the scenes, Malays, Chinese, Indians, Sabahans and Sarawakians played side by side, just like the original team.
Even in the preparation of Bola, in the workshops lagi dulu, we put them together and they didn't know each other, and they came together to work in that 1 month, and they became like real brothers. You believe they were a football team, you believe they were best friends.
By focusing on a multicultural football team, the musical directly engaged audiences from every corner of Malaysia. It told them, this is your story too.
I wanted the cast and the production team to understand this right from the get-go. We're not just doing a story about football, we're telling the story about a multicultural Malaysia that still could be today. It makes every actor now, their presence is bigger on stage because they have a bigger reason. We are now not just telling the story of football, we are now ambassadors for unity for Malaysia.
To further achieve this, Puan Sri employed a unique method of fostering a sense of community.
So what happens every night backstage that nobody ever gets to see is an interfaith prayer circle that we have every night before the curtains go up. Everyone is on board. You can see a big circle of people, and we're holding hands, and different people lead the prayers. We want everyone who comes to Istana Budaya that night to feel and understand the story that we're trying to tell. This could be our Malaysia today. Because if we are successful in telling this story, we could change the country.
Through this practice, the production was able to deepen their understanding of the story and the characters as a whole. And once the whole team had this solid foundation, The next step was to make sure that the audiences felt the same energy too.
I said to our creative team, when the audience walks into Istana Budaya, they must feel they're in Stadium Merdeka. While watching Ola Bola, people were screaming, they were heckling, they were cheering whenever there's a goal. Semua goal! You never see people reacting in the theatre like that, you know? When Ultimate appeared, they screamed as though they were watching a rock concert, you know? And every time there was a goal, they would stand up and cheer.
One of the standout elements of Ola Bola the musical is its original score. From energetic, pulse-pounding football training sequences to poignant moments of reflection. The music is the heartbeat of the show.
I loved working on the music. I worked very closely with the jewel of Sabah for me, Mia Palencia, and I brought her together with Ultimate because I wanted a bit of culture, a bit of hip-hop. On top of that, we had Duan from 7 Collared T-shirt to marry all this together in a beautiful arrangement. It's football, so it needs to be really very macho energy, you know, you feel it. I think the music really came alive for me and I'm so thankful for that.
Ola Bola the musical ran for 2 sold-out seasons, drawing more than 100,000 theatre goers, topping it off by winning big at the 16th BOH Cameronian Arts Awards. This helped establish the musical as more than just a performance. It became a cultural event.
And I have notified the Olympic Committee that with Soviet invading forces in Afghanistan, neither the American people nor I will support sending an Olympic team to Moscow.
Malaysia was set to send their football team to compete on the world stage. But during that time, a mass boycott was brewing due to the Soviet nation's invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. This resulted in Malaysia's withdrawal from the Olympics in support for the boycott. However, their story still reflected on what could be achieved if the nation came together for a common goal. And both Ola Bola the film and the musical conveyed that sentiment for the audience to ponder. The success of Ola Bola the musical wasn't just about ticket sales or praises. It was about the sense of national pride and emotional connections that it fostered.
I'd like to think we were successful through Ola Bola, getting that message across to at least get people to think, you know, of how Malaysia used to be, and gosh, maybe someday we could be like that again if we put all our cultural differences aside. This is our country. We're born here, we will die here. Why don't we learn to get along? We only have one country to live for. Let's put all our differences aside and just stand strong for the country.
Ola Bola the musical was a reminder that the arts can be a catalyst for change. It reminded Malaysians of a time when we believed in something bigger than ourselves. It showed that the arts can do more than entertain. They can unite.
Definitely there's a big opportunity for arts practitioners to use their art to portray whatever messages each practitioner is passionate about. You do what you can from your own little corner. That's what I feel, you know. So this is my corner, and I do what I can whenever I have the opportunity. And unity is my personal mission lah. And I try to make whatever change I can from my little corner.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into Malaysia's performing arts scene.